was somebody's birthday. I heard it was somebody's birthday. Yeah. PJ penned a birthday song, yeah. Yeah, today is your birthday, we gon' say it loud. Today is your birthday, I know you're so proud. Today is your birthday, we gon' turn out. About to throw a party, get it lit and wild out. Cut the cake and we gon' say happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, yeah. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, yeah. Get a cake, blow the candles like a kiss. Throw a party, everybody bringing gifts, yeah. Got a new outfit and it's lit, yeah. Best day of the year you can't miss. All my friends.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well this great morning. This is a historic day. This is a big day, not just for her, but for all of us who know her well. We have known this girl. We have been proud to have her a part of the show. And from what I understand, she is, I guess, celebrating something today, which I don't understand. I really don't know.
She's celebrating the cancellation of her book tour?
Yeah.
That could be it. It could be it. The cancellation of the book tour. Good morning, Kartoon Krew. Everybody that's in the room today. Let's wish our lovely Rosemary Rose happy birthday.
Thank you, everybody.
Happy birthday. Oops, there she goes.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's your birthday. No.
This was supposed to be Marc's week, and I hijacked it. I hijacked his week.
Yeah, and she hijacked this week on her birthday. But, I guess, it's okay to wake up first thing in the morning thinking about me. That's fine.
So Marc, did you get what she, in the ransom note? She wanted $20 and a helicopter ride somewhere so she could get away.
Well, I can give her $20. If that's all it takes, I'd give her $20. Rose, you got anything big planned today?
We're doing a home birthday party. We're doing a One Piece theme because I like that.
Wait a minute,
anime.
Who's doing the birthday party?
Well, I'm making the cake because I wanted to design it.
Okay.
So I'm designing the cake, and the family, I think they've got a little bit of surprises for me. So that's later on today. So
what you're telling us is the husband and the kids can't cook to save their lives.
No. It's just that I had like in mind for a couple of weeks what I want to do with the cake, and it'll look horrible, but it'll be my design. So
Okay.
Because I have zero talent when it comes to artistry. People do such beautiful cakes. I was going to pay to have one done, and I was just like, yeah, I'd rather do it myself.
If you were smart, you would have let me cook for you.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty, you could have some pretty awesome, meal from, it'll all be cereal based, but it would still be a freaking awesome birthday meal from me because you.
And he does.
It would be like Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving, right?
It will be exactly.
He also has the poison control on speed dial on his phone, so don't worry.
Yeah, sometimes I don't call him just to see how potent my cooking was. Okay, well, it's been a half hour and I'm still alive. This can't be too bad, So, but everybody's wishing you a happy birthday online.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, David. Hi, David.
He's checking out your book on Amazon. That's really cool. Everybody that's in Kartoon Krew, thank you.
Your friend Bill bought my book, so I was like really happy about that.
Which Bill?
Bill Horton.
Oh yes. Oh, did he? Oh, very
yes,
good.
He did. Yeah, I hope he enjoys it. Yeah.
That is one of my nicest friends. He and his wife are just absolutely phenomenal people. So,
yeah, really he friended me on Facebook, and then the next thing I knew, I had a sale, and I was like, "Wow, that's really nice." So,
wow,
thank you, Bill.
So those that are in my watch party, which is Tony, buy Rose's book. Go find Rosemary Rose's book on YouTube. And could you give us that lovely title, Rose?
It's called Warped Influences, and it's the author name is R.M. Rose. I'm on Amazon and you can get it on eBay if you want a signed copy. The seller is Picard 328, which is me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some sort of interview on your book.
Yeah.
You know,
I know that Kara really enjoyed it. Jerome's wife really enjoyed reading it.
Yeah, she handed it off to Chris Golden too. So we don't know when he's going to read it, but he does have a copy of it.
That was really cool that you guys gave it to him. I really admire Christopher.
Known Chris for almost 30 years.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, Kartoon Krew, everyone is watching right now, good morning. I hope you guys are having a great COVID-19 quarantine. Those that are working right now, it's probably, you know, business as usual, including myself. I've gotten in more clients this week than I think in probably, you know, 4 months. I mean, not that I haven't been busy, but now I'm a little panicky. Because I have 3 more houses to design. I have a couple that drove up from West Palm Beach. They're moving up to my area up in DeLand, and they want a huge house. And I'm like, holy crap, you know, this is going to get ridiculous after a while.
That's excellent, though.
So it's going to stress me out, but it's feast or famine. Go ahead.
It's a good thing to be stressed about, though, Mark.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So the important thing is this: Tuesday is the last day of school.
Says
in your area.
My daughter, yeah. So
yeah.
I don't have to fight with my daughter after Tuesday to do homework and schoolwork or anything else. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Christmas is going to suck this year. Okay?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe financially, but people, you know, maybe people will actually come together and make the most of it personally, you know?
Yeah, people are playing catch up.
You haven't met my family.
Yeah. All right. Oh, great.
Cheryl's already and she left a review. Oh,
okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this was supposed to be my week, but Cheryl, listen to me. I got Cheryl on the phone. You know why? Because one of my questions, hopefully there aren't children watching right now. One of my questions during my newlywed game last night was I asked I asked the males, the men, what were their wives' bra size? Okay. And Cheryl had posted something in the comments that says, I don't even think my husband knows my bra size.
My husband wouldn't know. He wouldn't know.
I do.
Anyway, okay, so look, this is your show, girl. You took it from me, and that's all well and fine. You wanted to celebrate your birthday, which let's see, what was I doing in 1971? I think I was laying in front of the TV watching Johnny Quest when you were getting spat out.
Yeah.
You know? So wow. and I remember having a revelation that year, like, wait a minute, something just happened in the cosmos. Never mind. Get him, Haji. You know, so that was so look, you got my Saturday, and you have a very, very interesting and intriguing special that you're going to do. And I actually did not put an announcement of what you were doing other than Rose's 1971 birthday special. So why don't you take it off, ladies and gentlemen, and let's go ahead and enjoy some cartoons.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. So 1971 was the year I was born. So I came up with this idea that we would focus on the year 1971 and for cartoons. And not only that, on my Facebook page, I did like the top 7 events, but 7 important events that happened in 1971 leading up to today, to my birthday. Which the number 1 I put on was the Coca-Cola theme song, because I'd like to teach the world to sing, because I grew up with that and I love that song, and it actually was produced and came out in 1971. But today we're going to focus on cartoons here on this show, and I've got a wacky lineup for you. Some of them are going to make you cringe, and some of them you're going to absolutely love. And we're going to start out with something that I think will make everybody happy.
Hey, Rose.
Yes.
I need you to stretch. Are you there, Rose?
Yeah.
I need you to stretch.
Okay.
You know what that means, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Rose. This was my birthday present to myself. One of them, my Scooby-Doo shirt, and I really did. I hope everybody enjoys the show today. Like I said, we've got a lot of wacky things in store, and I just can't wait to see and for everybody to enjoy it.
Yeah, I am actually in the middle of something right now, so that's why I asked you to stretch. No, I'm not in the bathroom. I'm not in the bathroom. I know how I'm not in the bathroom. I know how our cartoon crew. Actually, I brought the entire toilet to the couch anyway, so I got
My
sick and
goodness.
tired of freaking getting up and running to the other room.
So he's not in the
Do you
bathroom.
need me to go a little bit more? You want me to branch out a little bit more?
I need about 10 seconds.
Ooh.
Okay.
So he ran to the kitchen then to get his sugary
No,
cereal.
I'm still here, as you can see.
No,
Well,
we
I can't see. All you can see is my
Oh, that's right. You can't.
mug.
You can't.
I need a haircut, but I'm waiting. I'm holding off.
Yeah.
Have you seen my hair lately? I mean, I'm ready to put it in a ponytail.
Yeah, my daughter and my son keep begging me to dye my hair. I've never dyed my hair, and I'm kind of a little scared too. It starts.
Oh, you need purple. Your hair needs to be purple. You
not
know?
in my line of work. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but fire engine red just gets too much attention. So
You know,
Okay.
I like to be in the background sometimes.
Like to be in the background.
like be able to fade out. I'm not here.
All right, let's do this. I think I'm ready. So you can go ahead and start with your first one now.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start with something I think everybody will enjoy. Go ahead and roll it, Mark.
You got it.
This, folks, is a Warner Brothers television production.
The Bugs Bunny Show.
Pomichter, curtain lights. This is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing apart. We know every part by heart. Pomichter, curtain lights. This is it, we'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it. Tonight, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
Here's a picture of the star of the Bugs Bunny show. That's me, Bugs Bunny.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Oh, yes, here are the rest.
Now, the interesting thing about this opening, and what I didn't know, what I learned finding it, is that originally it was on ABC at night, and that black and white stuff was actually the opening for the night show. But they took the colored part, and when they did the show for the cartoons in 1971 in the morning, they just did the overture opening.
You know, for some bizarre reason, this was like my flagship program for cartoons.
Yep.
You know, everything Bugs Bunny, the Bugs Bunny show itself, it was incredible. It was my flagship program, and I was just ecstatic every time this came on. And I think it was the first cartoon that came on in the morning. I think it was about 8 o'clock when this show came on.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it did come on at CBS. When CBS took over, it came on at 8 o'clock in the morning. Actually, that opening was used a lot because I can remember it when I was like 4 and 5 years old. They used that overture because it's just so awesome. I mean, if you think this is iconic Bugs Bunny.
I agree. It's iconic Bugs Bunny.
It's also very vaudeville. You know?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the funny thing that most people to this day don't even know what vaudeville is.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. The older we get, I know what vaudeville is, but if I ask my kids, I don't think they would know what vaudeville is.
Oh, I know.
Awesome sauce.
You know. Well, here's something that's not very iconic and not very memorable. Is the next clip? And I did not even know this existed until I started looking up 1971 cartoons.
I did.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's the right response.
And this was on ABC. You had the choice of the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show, just the Bugs Bunny show, and then this travesty, which is called "Will the Real Jerry Lewis Please Sit Down?"
You know, if it wasn't for
we've not done this cartoon on the show, I don't think, and so because I surely don't remember it, and there's a reason why. But go ahead and play that clip. so we can
Alrighty.
torture everybody in the audience.
Yeah, let's go ahead and torture them with this one.
There goes Jerry Lewis, but he's right over here. Well, which one is he really? It's not very clear. 'Cause he's here, there, everywhere, up the street, down the stairs, running, jumping, slipping, sliding, laughing, singing, then he's hiding. Was he, is he in a tizzy? Something's cooking, is he busy? Coming, going, yes and no, kitchen sink is overflowing, going around, revolving doors, in the local dinosaurs, getting wet, in a jet, dancing to be castanets, look around, pouring spots, there he goes, private eye, it's so confusing.
Will the real Jerry Lewis please sit down?
There goes Jerry Lewis.
Oh, is this more? Oh, it's the ending.
End credit.
Yeah, you can go ahead and stop it there.
Nope, I like torture.
Which one is he
You
really?
will watch this.
It's like the opening, but like
It's
slow
not
down.
very clear.
Yeah, but you know, you should at least know the theme song by now.
Hey, you know what? I noticed Don Bluth is actually working on that show.
Yes, I saw that too. That answers a lot. It's animation.
Something's cooking. Is he busy? Coming, going. Yes and no.
I did not know he had been working that long.
Good news. It's almost over.
Getting wet in a jet, dancing to the castanets. Look around for a spot. There he goes, private eye. It's so confusing, but so amusing. What is he doing now?
Will the real Jerry Lewis please sit down?
I think we ought to smack you around or something. Or,
Well, I got a clip from the show so that you could get a taste of what the show is like.
oh yes,
I have
you're
clip one and
not
clip
going to
two
do
here.
this just once to us. You're going to do it again.
Yeah, I want everybody to get a taste of what the show was because
Why?
I don't remember the show at all.
Well, okay.
And you know, I think that, you know, we need to, you know, part of it is educating the audience on what, you know, was around, and it's, you know, so go ahead and show that part of that clip on the
What
clip
gives
too.
you the right to torture us like this? what really gives you the
Today
right?
is my birthday.
Oh, that's the right. You got it. That's the right.
Marc,
Yeah.
on the other phone line, I've got the CIA. They'd like to use this for their torture instead of waterboarding.
Oh, yeah. Because I'll give up any answer they might want right now. You know. Just tell me when to stop.
I will.
How about here? How about here?
It actually seems as if the house is split in two.
How about here?
Well, actually, it has. But I can fix that in a rinky-dinky. See? That's amazing, Dad. How did you do it? With the help of my latest invention, the copycatter duplicator-uni. Copycatter? That's right. It makes a perfect replica of any object. Watch.
Oh, it's an exact duplicate of the TV. Daddy, that's fantastic.
I think it's awful.
Awful?
Certainly. Now we'll have twice as many payments to make on it.
Okay, that's enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God, thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh,
Who
and
was the voice? I wonder
I
who
think
the
he did
voice.
all the voices.
Jerry himself?
I think so.
Oh wow. Idiot.
You know,
I mean, wow.
for our younger members of the audience, on the TV, those two things sticking up are called rabbit ears.
Yes, rabbit ears, also known as antenna.
Uh-huh. Oh my God, I've forgotten how horrible this was.
Oh man, I do too.
You know what's even worse though? What's even worse was in 1974, when I was living in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, for Saturday matinee theater, you know, the Saturday afternoon kids show, I would go to the Jerry Lewis Cinema. He had a chain of theaters.
Wow, I'm
Well,
sorry.
I grew up with the Jerry Lewis telethon every
So did I.
Labor Day.
So did I. I love the telethon.
And for me, it was all the black and white movies that he did. You know, The Bellboy, and
I liked his post Dean Martin stuff.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, a little more serious.
All right.
Okay, that's enough of Jerry Lewis, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to more torture.
look who did the voice for Jerry Lewis.
Oh,
so
David
that was,
Lander did. Oh, thank you.
Wait a minute, which one's David Lander?
That was that was
Squiggy?
the other one. Oh no, it was Squiggy, wasn't it?
I think it was Squiggy.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Well, thank God we're through with that one. So, whoops, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to put that in your face. I meant to hide it like that. There you go. Okay, what else?
So okay, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and you still have you had three choices. Okay, you could watch Bugs Bunny, you could watch Jerry Lewis, or you could watch Dr. Dolittle on ABC. And can you believe that they did a Doctor? Well, yeah, you have to believe it because it's real. They did a Dr. Dolittle cartoon, which was also, you know, kind of torturous. I don't know. Did anybody in the cartoon crew see this show?
Yeah.
They have a double-headed llama type thing that's like the Lookout.
Well, that's in the original.
No. That was in the original movie with Rex Harrison. It's called a Push Me Pull Ya.
Yeah, but I think she was pointing to the fact that the llamas were up in the lookout.
Oh yes.
The crow's nest. In the crow's nest. Yeah. Shut up, Jerome. So
go ahead and start. I said start at 0.07 is what I for some reason.
Oh, did you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't look at your notes at the same time.
Yeah, get rid of that. Like there we go. You're close enough. Close enough. There you go.
Oh, I polished up the brass so carefully that now I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
Pirates!
There he is.
Pirates!
Pirates? What a nuisance. From what direction?
From the north. From the south.
Coming about! Nowhere! Push me, pull you!
From the east. From the west.
Will you two make up your minds? Where are they coming from?
From everywhere.
All hands on deck. Tommy Stubbins. Dab, Chi-Chi, Tutu, man the poop deck.
What's a poop deck?
How should I know, Dab? I'm a doctor, not a sailor. Look for it.
I think the whole thing would be a poop deck.
Oh.
We're surrounded.
All right, that's a good stopping point.
Thank you.
You didn't want to hear the opening?
Oh, I guess we did.
I love to talk to the animals.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Hell no. I heard it in the 60s. So, you got any more information on Dr. Dolittle?
I do not have any more information on Dr. Dolittle except that it was on ABC.
It was on ABC. Okay, I'll just write
Yeah,
that.
it didn't last very long.
Yeah, I bet you it was one season.
Wow. You notice the pirates are wearing suits. They're gangsters.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah. I wonder who thought that one up. I'm not sure. Okay, take it away.
Okay, so I decided to do a little bit of something different because it's my birthday, and so I decided to throw in a commercial break from 1971.
Oh,
And this also kind of sets up the next clip too. So when I found this, I was like, "Oh, we have to do this." So this is a cartoon from Mattel. Girls out in the audience, see if you. I really love the dancing in this one, and see if you recognize the voice. Go ahead and hit it, Mark.
She loves the dancing.
Yeah, I know. That's what's going to scare me.
Yeah, that's what the hell she's talking about.
Now you can get your own rock scene together with the new rock flowers from Mattel. 3 out-of-sight fashion dolls dressed in wild rock costumes with a real record and a posing stand for each one, so she can twirl on any short spindle record player. And look, you can buy these exciting rock fashions to dress and pose them in. The new rock flowers. Each comes with her own costume, posing stand, and rock flowers record. Dolls and other costumes sold separately.
And a half a gram of pot.
Oh my God! did Casey Kasem need a mortgage payment?
Yeah, Must have.
Well, if he was smart, he would have took every job that came his way. You know, it's
Most of them do. Most of them do.
I did not own these rock flowers. This must have been like something that came and went, because I don't even remember these.
Yeah, I think you're lying personally, but okay.
But you know, at that time, you know, and even through when I was growing up, selling records, little records, plastic records with you know, in the back of cereal boxes.
Yeah.
And it was a thing, you know.
Yes, it was.
It's something that they don't do anymore, you know.
I still have a couple of those records, those cardboard records, floating around the house somewhere.
All right.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, because Casey Kasem did the voiceover for that, and that leads us into our next cartoon, which is at 8:30 on CBS. My favorite cartoon of all time, Scooby-Doo.
Yay!
And play the clip from this classic episode.
We gotta do another Scooby show.
We do.
We will. We'll do more than one.
All right,
worry, I'm working on one.
What's so special about this episode?
Well, I mean, it was one of the first episodes that they did. It's considered, when you think about Scooby-Doo, you really think about this one. This one is Nowhere to Hide. And it's
a hide one. Yes, that's a great one.
So I think we have a clip from it if you're ready to play it, Mark.
Okay, just waiting on you.
Go ahead.
All righty, let's go full screen here.
For he is an ugly bad fellow that nobody can deny. The plan's working, Scoob. We'll lure him into the trick trap.
Yeah.
Oh, a short hide.
That must be Velma.
Yeah.
He's heading for the back door.
And the trap door.
Velma's my girlfriend.
Yeah, sure she is.
We got him, Scooby.
I like smart girls with knobby knees.
First time the trap ever worked. Great.
And if our calculations are right,
You know, I would have got away with it too.
Dr. Jekyll.
So it really was Dr. Jekyll behind the ghost of Hyde jewel robberies.
It sure was, Sheriff. When all his crazy experiments failed, Dr. Jekyll decided to turn to a life of crime.
But one thing he didn't count on was us following him into the marsh.
And like when he figured he might be caught, he came up with the idea of framing Helga the maid.
Oof.
Shame on you, Dr. Jekyll.
That's strong.
I was hoping that was a man.
Formula. Then he planted a bunch of fake clues for us to find that would make it look like Helga was the ghost of Hyde.
His plan almost worked, except that Shaggy found the suction cups, which turned out to be the real clue.
But when he tried to get them back and keep Shag from telling, everything backfired, and he ended up caught in one of our traps.
But why were the suction cups such an important clue?
Show him, Scoob.
Okay.
Dr. Jekyll had to use the suction cups to scale the building. If Helga
Got one on
was
his
really
tail.
the ghost of Hyde, she wouldn't
Well,
have needed them
safety.
because she was an ex-circus star.
Hey, like, look, Scoob thinks he's a circus star, too.
Oh no, Scooby's gonna fall.
I gotta admit, that's some act.
I guess we can go ahead and end it now.
Hey, bye, Scooby.
Bye,
Bye, Scooby. That was a good one.
Yeah, I love that show. I love almost every incarnation of that show, with a very few exceptions. Scrappy-Doo. And there was one in the 90s I didn't like either. Anything, I like it when the whole group's together. I don't like them when they split them off and they just have like You know, if it doesn't have Velma and Fred and Daphne, forget it. I don't like them. It's not not the same show to me. So
yeah, awesome.
But so there's Scooby Doo and that, and you know what the thing is that it was those were reruns because the originals were what 1969, right?
Yep, 69.
1969 and 1970.
Even then, that was the staying power of that show because a lot of these shows just came and went, and here's Scooby, you know, 2 years later in 71, you know, and still showing at on a 8:30 in the morning, which was a big that was a big hour for kids television.
Right.
So, up against it though was a show that I don't care for. It's like one of my least favorite Warner Brothers cartoons.
Really?
And yes. Yeah. Yep. It's my dad's favorite and my least favorite. And that is the Roadrunner show.
Yep.
Which came on at 8:30, and weirdly it was on ABC because you had the Bugs Bunny show on CBS, and then the Roadrunner show was on ABC a half hour later. So I'm sure many of the fans of the Warner Brothers just flicked the channel over. So let's go ahead with this clip. The thing about the Roadrunner is I feel bad for the Coyote. I think he has these brilliant plans that never work out. And then you got this guy sticking his tongue out at you and being a smart, a smarty pants. So
yes,
go ahead and roll that clip.
But he was recognized. Coyote was recognized. Yeah, thank you. He was recognized as one of the great tunnel artists of all time.
But I believe that I'm showing the intro, which is like a classic.
I know.
Another great song and another great opening, and I have to give.
Mark's gonna love this song
because the song is awesome.
This was one of my favorite shows. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm still there.
Just up the side or you might end up in a heat. Roadrunner, runs on the road all day. Even the coyote can't take his way. Roadrunner, the coyote's after you. Roadrunner,
if he catches you, you're through.
Roadrunner, the coyote's after you. Roadrunner, if he catches you, you're through. That coyote is really a crazy clown. When will he learn that he never can mow him down? Poor little Roadrunner never bothers anyone. Just running down the road with his ideas, having fun.
The Roadrunner Show.
Want me to stop it there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Later on, there was the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show where they combined the two. And that's the one I remember watching. And they used this opening whenever they did the Roadrunner clips. So even if you watch the movie The Shining, the little boy he's watching in the background, you see the opening to like the Roadrunner show. So that I thought that was pretty neat.
Real quick shout out to my buddy Joe Capschi here. He's used to be a co-worker with me at Universal, but he retired and I think he moved out to California. So I guess he's watching us from there. Joe, thanks for
thank you very much.
Wishing Rose a happy birthday. So appreciate it, Joe. Hope you're doing all right, buddy. I miss you.
Have a great day.
Yep. So Roadrunner was in fact one of my favorite ones, only because this is where we were close to being introduced, or mainly being introduced to Acme products. And it's like I start to think after a while that this must be a real company. I want to order some stuff from them. So
there was a real Acme product out there.
Was it really?
Yeah. I think they changed their name after this. But let's not Amazon.
Oh, I see. No, they changed their name to We're Not the Coyote. That's it. Yeah. So pretty cool, darling. Okay, girl, go for it.
All right. So I have another commercial break, which is this one's directed to the boys this time. Let me just say something. Girls also like to play with Matchbox cars. At least I did. And this commercial is for the 1971 Matchbox Superfast car.
Okay, I have a confession to make.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I have a confession to make.
You didn't download the clip?
No. I had 300 Matchbox cars.
Ooh. I was a Hot Wheels kid.
Those are worth a lot of money now, Mark.
I had 3. Well, I had. You know, 300 Matchbox. I was so into those cars. It was just unreal. All right, so.
What would you trade for a new 71 Superfast? What would you trade for the supercharged Rat Rod? What would you trade for this fabulous Formula One? If you've got a used car, trade it in now and get a great deal on these Superfast racers.
They won't take your old wheel to trade for Superfast. Yes, they will. No, they won't.
Yes, we will take your old wheels. Trade in any used or broken car and cut the price to 59 cents for a 71 Superfast.
Good God.
Superfast. By Matchbox.
59 cents? Is that what I paid? Or is that what my mother
I thought
paid?
it was really neat. I thought it was really neat that you could trade in your old cars and upgrade. That's something really kind of cool.
Oh, Matchbox was the bomb. I really love my Matchbox.
You know, back in the day, back in the 70s, I remember they were made with the metal, and they had
yes, they were die cast.
And later on, they had the plastic bottoms, and it made them it made them actually too light because you know you used to we would make these things where they would slide down, and try to do tricks with them and everything,
Hot Wheels was the same way. They were made they were die cast, and then they switched to plastic, and the reason being was production costs.
Right.
They wanted to keep the cost down so they could sell 1 million of them. And and now I read somewhere that they're looking at some of them, some of the Matchbox and some of the Hot Wheels are, for limited numbers, are going back to metal.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
Don't know if that's true or not, but you know how the internet is.
So did you have the cases, Mark, or did you just have them like in buckets?
Well, during that time, at my age, we didn't know the value of keeping things
Of course not.
sealed. As soon as we got them, we wanted to open them up and play with them.
Oh, right.
So I literally had a shelf with all of my cars, all 300 of them lined up. So
that's really awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. But just like my comic book collections, they were in the basement in Baltimore. The basement flooded. Yep, exactly. So. All right, what's next, girl?
Next is we're skipping to 9:30, and the next show is the Jackson 5.
Oh, wait.
So
wait. No, I'm sorry. Keep talking, but wait.
Okay. Jackson 5 was on ABC.
Yeah, this is
and
that one.
they decided to have this great cartoon based on because they were like a powerhouse band at the time. And so, of course, there's a cartoon, for more marketing, and so, are you ready for that clip yet?
No, not yet.
No. So, what, Jerome? Do you have any? Jerome, you're the wealth of information. What do you have on Jackson 5?
Well, basically, they were because of the popularity. They were also the Beatles had their own show back in the 60s, and that had done well. I know the Osmonds had one. I just don't remember when they had one, because they were kind of, at the time, they were considered a rival band, the two of them. And, of course, the Jackson 5, everybody remembers. Nobody remembers the Osmonds.
I do.
But I remember watching a couple of the episodes. The episodes were not, I'll be honest, the episodes were very forgettable. The opening theme was fabulous, and you can remember it, and you still sing it today because it was one of their songs. But beyond that, it was an incredibly forgettable show. I will say I remember Michael being, this little kid. So, not the old man he grew up to be,
No, I know, but the Jackson 5, they're iconic, and even today, their songs are I love the Jackson 5, and the songs are just really peppy. They really cheer me up when I hear them, and I think it's pretty cool to have that as part of the television cartoon, have them in our cartoon history. Even though I wasn't, I was just a little kid, so I saw this like much later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is giving me a little bit of a problem. So we may have to
go ahead and skip and maybe go to the next one then.
Yeah, let's do that, and we'll revisit this one once I think I got my act together. So go to your next one.
At 10 o'clock on CBS was the sequel, more or less, of the Flintstones. And even though it was not as popular and did not last as long, it is still part of the Flintstone history, which is the Pebbles and Bam Bam show. And in this, they are teenagers. And in this clip, which is a little bit lengthy, but I kind of like it, Pebbles has messed up, and she's trying to help her dad get his job back. And I said to start at 1 minute, and then we'll so like go into a minute of it, and then the setup was that she messed up and made her dad lose his job at the quarry. So they're going to try to help. They're going to try to help him get his job back here.
Got it. Here we go.
Like Moon Rock said, we'll move a mountain of rocks out of the pit. And tomorrow, my father will get credit for doing all the work.
I've got to admit, it sounds good. In theory.
Do you have it built yet, Moon Rock?
The Moon Rock rock mover is ready to move a mountain of rocks.
Great. Let's get started.
Well, what do you know? It works.
Yabba dabba doozy. We'll get as much work done tonight as my father does in a week.
7, 9, 14. What?
Keep those rocks coming. Boy, we're really moving them out.
Hey, what's going on down there? Looks like a rock festival.
Look what just rode up.
The Bronto Bunch.
And right when things were progressing smoothly.
We're going down. Blast off! Hey, what are you guys doing? Moonlight?
You creeps wouldn't be interested in what we're doing, so flake off.
It's a free world, Penny. Maybe we want a piece of the action.
Piece of the action? Why not? Why, I bet Bronto and his bunch could move more rocks than any of us.
Oh, you're so right, Pebbles.
Sex
You
abuse.
hide 'em, men. Move rocks!
Sometimes I think she's a genius.
Right. We're not only back in business, we're expanding.
Well, we move rocks too, leader.
To the conveyor belt, you dum-dums.
I bet you could use that big old powerful rock cycle to speed up the conveyor belt.
That's just what I was thinking, Pebbles.
You sure know how to handle him.
Bring more rocks, you dum-dums!
I've got to hand it to you, Pebbles. Your father will really look good tomorrow with all this work done.
Nothing could go wrong now.
Of course not.
Woozy, whoa. Hi, everybody. Miserable evening, isn't it?
Oh, no. It's Schlep Rock.
A walking disaster area.
And you just said nothing can go wrong.
Oh, we're in big trouble. We better... Oh, I just know that we're...
Nothing personal, Schleprock, but, beat it.
We'll meet you at the rock shop later.
Oh, woozy, well. I can hardly wait. Oh, catastrophe. One of their rocks rolled away. I'll put it back.
And the clip ends right there, and I wished it hadn't.
Same here. It's like, oh, man.
You know what's going to happen next. Why did they cut it?
Oh, my God. Hey, good news for you. I can play your Jackson 5 clip. I don't know how much of it you want me to play, but I think I figured this new system out.
Okay. I said start at 1.1 minutes. So I just wanted you guys to get a taste of the actual show, because I'm afraid if we play the opening, we might get struck. So.
Oh, you want me at 1 minute?
Yeah. 1 minute.
I can't.
If you can't, just go ahead and roll with what you got.
My fingers, the way the bar, it's like you can't zero in. So I'm going to try and get as close as I can.
Sounds good.
And might be a good idea.
Uh-oh.
I thought I did it. What happened?
I don't know.
That's weird. Oh, look, there's a little button. Oh, how convenient. Hold on, guys. They added this new feature where I can go directly into... Let's go to your... You guys have no idea how. Screw it. Jackson 5.
See, Mark, that's how your afro's supposed to look.
Really?
Not that wimpy thing you had beforehand.
That happened though. Yeah, that was the day.
Okay, we're just gonna do the opening of this
episode.
and then
Don't
we'll...
seem to be grooving like it ought to.
Okay, just tell me when to stop.
Okay.
Look.
Brother, I sure hope that big E stands for enough.
How far can you fly on empty?
Oh, I'd say from all the way up here to all the way down there.
That ocean looks real mean, man. Real mean. Wet, too.
We'll never get to Hawaii this way. We got a show to do in an hour.
That's one gig I sure hate to miss.
What are you talking about? Miss a gig?
The Jackson 5 never miss a gig.
Don't you know the show must go on?
Sure, I know it, but I don't think this airplane knows. Because we're losing altitude fast.
Let's have a look at the map, Navigator.
Are you talking
Doesn't it sound like they're reading off a script?
Didn't I tell you to bring along a map of this area?
Yes, so what?
Well, that makes you the navigator. Let's have it.
What's it supposed to be?
A map of the area.
Where'd you get it?
Out of this book, you said a map of the area near Hawaii.
Let me see that book. Treasure Island.
Oh, no.
Yeah, what a great place to land. Matter of fact, that looks like it down there.
Hold on, brothers. Wherever it is, we're almost on it.
Hey, maybe it is Treasure Island.
Sure looks like it.
Sure, it's Treasure Island.
Treasure Island or not, it sure beats landing in the ocean by a long ways. Hang on, brothers. This could be a mighty bumpy.
Everybody all right?
Yeah.
Just bumps and bruises is all.
Me too.
What about you, Michael? You okay?
Are you kidding, man? I landed on my head, didn't I? Ain't nothing can hurt this head of mine. Hard as rock. Hey, what?
Okay, mateys. The treasure's
All
very
right.
good and deep.
That's a good place to stop.
I, Long John Silver, himself will personally keep the map.
Hey, Long John.
Oh wow,
Silver,
Cheryl says
just
none
like
of the
in
Jacksons
book.
voiced
That
themselves.
okay
on
by
this.
you, Captain Kidd?
Right on, old chap.
Captain Bly?
I'm in full agreement, my man.
And what about you, Blackbeard?
How come you?
Yeah. Yeah, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. So, okay. So what can you tell me about the Jackson 5 that you know, Jerome? I can't hear you either.
They were black. Oh, yeah. I muted Jerome because I was hearing all his bodily fluids come through the mic. So I had to mute him. It was killing me. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was just asking Jerome what he thought of the Jackson 5 there.
Well, it was a Rackin' and Bass production, so that tells you, what their production values and their storytelling was. And it's, if you notice, Rackin' and Bass on everything they did, they recycled the same storylines. They just modified it to match the characters. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's part of the reason why they kind of died out after they did their Christmas stuff. They're notorious for that, and then the Saturday morning stuff disappeared.
Yeah.
But as for the Jackson 5, again, really forgettable. I mean, I couldn't tell you, other than Michael, couldn't tell you who any of them were.
It's forgettable, but I did enjoy all of the music that they did.
Well, yeah, it's the Jackson 5 music.
Mm-hmm.
That's Motown, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, so.
You are so white.
I am. I'm sorry.
You are.
I am so sorry about that.
All right, Rose, go for it, girl.
Okay. So now comes the time where I'm going to torture everybody in the audience and probably Mark and Jerome as well. There was a show by the and I'm totally, it's like totally slipped my mind.
Lidsville,
which was a very bizarre show. You can see that it's like it's from the creators of like HR Puff and stuff, right?
Yes, it was Marty
Croft. Sid Marty Croft. Yep.
Sid and Marty Croft.
In this particularly odd show, it's about a boy who steals a magic hat and goes into the world of Lidsville. So let's go ahead and run that clip. Okay.
I just don't understand how you can think that this world can never exist. I mean, I don't get it.
I smoked something funny. Maybe.
These are very, attachable characters here.
Yeah, very memorable.
It is very memorable, and these characters were doing the best that they can, and you'll see why.
Yeah, chemical enhancements here.
That's it.
In the middle of the summer, in the middle of a park, there began a great adventure for a boy whose name was Marc. He had come to see the magic man along with all the children, and 'twas so began the day that Marc was never to forget. He performed all sorts of miracles, and Marc was so impressed that when the time arrived to go, he lagged behind the rest. Then quietly he did return the secret of the hat to learn, but everyone had gone away and darkness held its threat. The moment that he touched the hat, the room began to glow, and as he put it down and ran, the hat began to grow and 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 grow. He was stunned and he was fascinated, still he had to see there was something deep inside the hat. What could that something be? Then cautiously each step he took, he climbed upon the brim to look, and all at once the hat began to shake and rock. Look out! Falling into the hat he fell, spinning, turning, whirling, twirling, down. And when he looked into the skies, he couldn't believe his ears or eyes. Lidsville is the cookiest, Lidsville is the kickiest, Lidsville is the grooviest, Lidsville is a living and friend. If you get a chance to go there, you'll be glad you did, 'cause everybody who goes to Lidsville really flips his lid.
How's that for a topper?
And of course,
everybody wears a hat. Everybody knows where it's at. In the land of hats, that's Lidsville. You can find it on magic maps, where the mountains wear mountain caps, lined with welcome mats, that's Lidsville. I've seen people put on hats, and then they tie or pin them. In Lidsville, there's no need for that, because they live right in them. So if you bump into a bonnet, with ears and eyes and nose upon it, nope, you haven't gone bats, that's Lidsville. Liddyville, not to be confused with Nitty-Grittyville, the land of living hats, that's Lidsville.
Living hats.
I think the football player was my favorite. And of course, Butch Patrick, who was Eddie Munster, grown up. Little Eddie Munster.
He grew up really,
They're good looking.
Nice looking young man. I can understand why Cheryl enjoyed watching the show.
Now both of you need showers.
For Butch Patrick.
yeah, both of you guys just need showers.
Because, I mean, look, you wouldn't even recognize it's him because Eddie Munster with the slick back hair, and the little V on the front, and it looks nothing like him. But now you got the '70s wave,
Yeah, and of course, some people would know that Billy Hayes was also Witchy Poo in HR Puff and Stuff.
Lidsville and HR Puff and Stuff did a crossover episode.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
I think I was on banana peels when that episode came around.
Yeah, and I got to say, my favorite part of Lidsville was Charles Nelson Riley.
Yes, Charles Nelson Riley. That's the best I can do.
So we're going to go to a commercial break here, and this commercial break I chose for two reasons. One, I never knew this cereal existed, And 2, this is for Sage. And I don't know if she knew the cereal existed either.
Uh-oh.
So go ahead and run this clip.
I hope you're watching.
She was on earlier, so I'm sure she'll probably catch
she's
it.
Still there. She's still here, I'm sure. Oh.
Are pink and sweet as you. Pink Panther color are pink. Tickles me pink. Pink Panther flakes are pink and sweet as you. Pink Panther color are pink. Tickles me pink. Hey, Pink Panther, we love Pink Panther flakes are pink and sweet and brand new. We love their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different vitamins just as much as we love you. Pink Panther flakes are pink and sweet as you. Pink Panther color are pink. Tickles me pink. Pink Panther flakes are pink and sweet as you. Pink Panther color are pink. Tickles me pink. Hey, Pink Panther, we love Pink Panther flakes are pink and sweet and brand new. We love the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different vitamins just as much as we love you.
From Post, 1 pink glow ball free in each specially marked box of Post Pink Panther flakes.
That's an expensive commercial.
That was a great commercial.
That's expensive. Yeah,
because it was a unique, cartoon. Actually, it's actually a cartoon as a commercial, which I thought was really pretty neat.
So that cereal was discontinued in 1980.
Wow, wonder why.
Wow, I don't remember eating it at all.
That sucker was probably made out of fiberglass.
Well, one of the things they said was that it was poorly manufactured because the moment they got wet, the pink dye / sugar just ran right off those flakes.
Oh my God, that's so toxic, man.
Oh, absolutely, man. None of us who grew up on all those sugary cereals are ever going to have to get embalmed because of what the chemicals have done to our bodies.
Pink Panther did go and represent fiberglass insulation as well.
Yep.
So
I think it still exists, the Pink Panther insulation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. It does. I don't use it much in my work, but we do spray foam stuff. But go ahead.
So that was our commercial break, and so back to our regularly scheduled programming, which is I'm going to start with Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which came on at 11 o'clock on CBS. Now, Sabrina was an offshoot from the Archie shows that were really big, and because she was part of Archie Comics as well, introduced I think in the late 60s.
Yep.
So let's go ahead, and I said to start this clip at 1 minute and 4 seconds.
1-4, she says.
Yes.
All right, stand by for me, please. Here, 104.
104, yeah, 105 is fine. That's good.
Hi, I'm catching up on some homework. Witchcraft kind of homework.
She was so hot.
Aunt Hilda, I need more practice in stirring up witches' brew and casting spells.
Did I say she was hot?
Yes, you did.
I'll bet that's Harvey. Hello?
Hi, Sabrina. Hey, the gang's gonna gather down at Pop's. I'll swing over and pick you up in a jiffy.
Groovy, Harvey. I'll be ready. Bye.
No, you won't, young lady. Did you forget about your homework?
Oh, I'm afraid I did. Boy, will Harvey be angry when he comes by and I can't go. He'll probably never speak to me again.
Poor Sabrina. Really, sister, don't you think... Poor Sabrina. She wouldn't have to worry about losing a boyfriend if she had more of the attractive features
She looks like Jughead.
she's famous for. Straggly hair.
Yeah, she does.
Warts on the chin. Bloodshot eyes. Let's face it, if she looked like me, she'd have a line of men waiting outside her door a mile long. In fact, that's a good assignment for Sabrina's homework. To conjure up a potion that will make her as beautiful as me.
What? Me? Look like you?
That is right, Sabrina.
Gee, Aunt Hilda.
Yes, Hilda. Do you think the world is ready for that much beauty? Start conjuring, Sabrina.
Well, here goes. Alakazing, alakazubble. Oh, mystic mist, turn me into Aunt Hilda's double.
Oh, drat. The spell didn't work. You haven't changed a bit. You're still homely.
Oh, my goodness. But just look at you.
What is it? What is it? You look like Sabrina. Oh, somebody do something quick. Sorry, sister, but in a case such as this, there's nothing to do but let it wear off.
Okay, that's enough.
And we're still in it.
As you can imagine, chaos ensues, with the double Sabrina. So, this show was on for a couple of different years under a couple of different names, and it also includes the Archie Krew in a lot of it. And later on, when they go to Pops, you'll see a lot of the Archie Krew there. If you decide to watch that episode online, a lot of these are available on YouTube now. Look at that! Look at that! That is a beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sabrina's hot. Yeah, Sabrina's hot.
Yep.
Yeah,
she's
that
hot.
art is incredible.
Told you.
But, and Sabrina, she's had a lot of different, reincarnations. She's on Netflix, and I haven't watched the new Dark one. I know a lot of people say it's very good.
I haven't either. I remember the Melissa Joan Hart one.
I watched that one. I love Salem the Cat on that one. That was a good show.
My wife has watched all of the ones on Netflix, and she really liked them. She thought they were really good. I watched part of the first season, and you're right, Mark. Sabrina's hot.
Yeah, she's hot. I haven't been drinking. She's hot.
We've got a couple of clips left, and we're going to go over just a little bit today. But the next one, the next one I thought was really special.
I watched this show. Don't you knock this. I watched it.
No. Oh, okay. I will tell you. I will admit something to you. This is the Boogaloos, which is also Sid and Marty Krofft production. And
why are you laughing? So funny.
It was still airing when I was a kid, when I was in elementary school, and me and my friends, we actually we went around and sang the Bugaloos theme song and ran around on the playground singing the Bugaloos theme song. We liked the show. This is it's a little bizarre.
No, it's a lot bizarre.
They also did a lot of musical numbers in it, and what I'm going to show today is part of one of them called "The Senses of Our World," and I asked to start at 1 minute and 36 seconds. This aired on NBC at 11:30, but I think I actually saw it in syndication later on.
I had the hots for that girl.
She's very beautiful, actually.
Ooh, Caroline Ellis.
Is that her name?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's a good place to start. Go ahead and roll that.
Will disappear. See the treasures that abound all around you, and believe that Mother Earth is glad you're here.
She's hot.
So take the time to taste the honey in a silent breeze. Touch the last song every bird has.
She's so hot.
Smell the sunlight.
She's looking at me,
As it warms you on the coolest day.
I really thought you were going to knock this, Mark, so I'm surprised.
No, I watched the Bugaloos. Not that one. That was what's the well-known little person actor? Billy Barty. No, not Billy Barty.
Really?
No, Billy Barty I think died. Hang on a second here.
No. That's yeah. Let's look at that before I put
No, you're right. It is Billy Barty.
Yep. Don't mess with me and my Bugaloos, man. Don't mess with me.
Wasn't he the one? Yeah, he was. He was in Foul Play with Goldie Hawn.
I'm looking it up now.
Oh, I don't know.
I think he was in Foul Play with Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase, which is like one of my favorite. It is my favorite Chevy Chase film.
I'm checking now.
Yeah, but I like the Bugaloos, and of course, Sid and Marty Krofft did so many of these shows. They had so many costumes they had to create for their whole line of shows. So
he played Bilbo Baggins and Samwise Gamgee in the rotoscoped Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was also the wizard creature in He-Man and Masters of the Universe.
He was
the movie, I should say.
I'm looking. Hang on.
With Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, he was Gwildar.
Yeah.
And no, he was not in Foul Play. Oh, yes, he was. He was in Foul Play. There it is.
He played the Bible salesman, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Well, you did good on time, and you're coming up on
the last clip.
My favorite.
I said I wanted to include this because even though we show these a lot, you know, this is one of those sort of like you know, Scooby-Doo. This show is really big for us here at Saturday Morning Cartoons. So in 1971, at 11:30 in the morning, right before you're about to get ready to, you're going to get thrown outside at noon. Your parents are going to say, "Okay, it's time to get out of the house," because they want to watch their sports, you know, and have their alone time.
As my mother would say, go out and get some exercise.
Yeah, just go out and play, kids. It's Josie and the Pussycats on CBS.
I loved it. I'm so excited. Oh, is there?
Oh yes, and this is also a musical number, I believe. So
what's start point?
I think it's. I don't have a start point, so I think you can start it right there. I think that's just part of the clip.
We'll play it all.
So far, so good. But which way to the hot house?
It's usually hotter in the south. Let's head south.
These girls are so hot.
Melody would think of that, but it's as good a direction as any.
There's no telling where Green Thumb's got the girls locked up.
I think it's that way.
You're wrong as usual. It's this away. Oh, a creature plan. Oh, help!
Oh man. Oh jeez.
Stop! Oh, golly, it sounds like
They kicked the crap out of her.
Flint must have eaten her.
Is Alexandra? Who are you expecting? Scooby-Doo?
Oh
no, that's it. That's the end of the clip. This isn't a musical one. No.
Did you want me to turn it off, Rose?
You can go ahead and stop it. I'm gonna do some on you, baby.
You know, I know it's only a drawing, but they were so hot. They were just hot.
I like that Scooby-Doo joke, though.
Yeah.
I had to think for Valerie.
I had a thing for Valerie too. You're right.
Man, Valerie was hot simply because she was smart and hot. I mean, just you know.
Yeah.
Well, so that's it. Those are my clips for my 1971 birthday special.
Well, that was fantastic. Once again, happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
And we wish you have a great day, of course, with. I'll stop that for a minute. A great day with whatever it is you're going to do today. So what was the final plan for your day? Was just basically partying, cooking.
Yeah, partying, cooking, family, you know, just family time.
Yeah, and Jerome's not going to ask you how old you are, but I think.
I know that death trap. Okay.
Well, I still think she's 12. I know she's 12. So.
12 at heart.
You're 12 at heart. You know, that's probably a good age to be, I guess. But ladies and gentlemen, Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed
once
it.
again executed a very successful show. Of course, it sucked when it was being planned, but then we knew what was going to happen. You know, from that point on, it was just going to be a fantastic show.
Wait a minute. Who's next week, Rose?
I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up. Damn it all.
Rose, do you think it's going to suck next week, too? You know, that's going to be a sucky show.
He always, whatever he picks, he pulls off, you know?
All right, yeah.
Impossible. I have some ideas for next week's show. I just can't remember what they were. But anyway, so at least by that time, by Monday or Tuesday or tomorrow, we'll know exactly.
No, thank you, Deborah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought she was talking about Melody of the Pussycats. But no, you were talking about Rose. Okay, I got it now. All right. Sorry about that. But oops.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it.
She all does great shows. So next week, I have some ideas. So we'll put that up as soon as we can, and we'll make the banner up for next week's show. Terry and Ireland, that means you've got longer to perfect your week, Marc. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody that's been watching. This has been another great show. We do this every Saturday for anybody that's joining us for the first time. This is what we do at 9 a.m. on Saturday mornings. The prep work alone, I was just thinking about this. The prep work alone is a lot to put together one of these shows, to gather all the clips together and all the photos. And have everything look as professional as possible, even though neither one of us are professionals. We just do what we like, and we share it with you guys, our friends, and hope that you can bring other people to it. Next week is going to be definitely a man's show. Okay, so just let you know, enough of this, you know, prissy. Give me a word, Jerome. Come on.
Girly.
It's
Girly.
not girly.
There you go.
Bugs Bunny is not girly.
No more of these girly shows, okay? Next week is my week. So you men that are watching us right now, you know, call up all your friends and let them know that the He-Man Woman Haters Club has returned. and then we're just going to go ahead and just have a good crotch scratching time next week, okay?
So Marc's gonna have steak and eggs. He's not gonna shower for a week.
Shoot, man, 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm having a Michelob.
There you go.
You know, so thanks for everybody joining us. Hopefully you guys all had a good time. And this is Saturday Morning Cartoons. We're signing off. We'll see you guys. I actually got to go eat some breakfast, I think, and go shop. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining.